The British government insists it'll carry on with its plan to send unwanted asylum seekers to Rwanda, despite widespread criticism. The UK wants to prevent migrants coming to its shores through unauthorized routes. So it's threatening any such potential arrivals that they'll be expelled to Rwanda. In return, Rwanda is getting $150 million and a chance to promote itself as a hospitable haven. Rwanda is offering asylum seekers up to 5 years stay with access to education and support. Human rights groups say the UK is shunning its responsibility to grant protection to asylum seekers, sending them to a country with a questionable human rights record.
This is all wrong, this deal, for so many different reasons. The precedent that this creates is catastrophic for a concept that needs to be shared like asylum.
Now, the first deportation was supposed to take place this past Tuesday, but the European Court of Human Rights issued an injunction that kept that plan from taking off.
It was a last-minute intervention. The first plane bound for Kigali with 7 asylum seekers on board never left the tarmac. A setback, but the British government is undeterred. The Home Secretary confirmed that preparations for future flights were already underway. But even from within Rwanda, there is criticism of the deportation deal.
The migrants will be sent back to their starting point because Rwanda is not a country that respects human rights. There's no democracy. They fled their country and they are sent to a country where they will find themselves facing the same situation.
Rwanda already hosts more than 100,000 refugees from other African countries. Peter Nyoni fled the civil war in South Sudan 8 years ago. He was moved here last year by the United Nations Refugee Agency, but doesn't want to stay.
I just want to go ahead. If it is Europe or Canada, I would just go, but not to stay here.
He feels sorry for the migrants who will be sent to Rwanda from the UK, because they will have to apply for asylum here.
The UK government is, my message to them is that human beings are human. You cannot tell them, go and stay here, or go and do this and do this. No. Because if they feel better in UK is better for them.
It's not a message the British or the Rwandan government want to hear. This hostel in Kigali is ready to house the first migrants sent under the new deal. Its general manager said it was not a prison, despite tight security measures. An opinion that may not be shared by some of the new arrivals.
Let's bring in Charles Ndushabandi, a freelance journalist based in Kigali, Rwanda. Charles, it's good to have you on the program. Now, what is Rwanda offering these people deported from the UK?
Yes, what Rwanda says, Rwanda is saying that they are offering them a fresh start to life. Some will be offered, those who are willing to stay here will be offered citizenships and will become citizens here, be given skills, so that they can be integrated into society and look for jobs like any other Rwandan.
Okay. So what about for Rwanda? It's going to receive some money from the UK, £120 million. But why else is Rwanda doing this, apart from the money?
Yes, apart from the money, £120 million for the start. That was like some sort of a signing agreement fee. The money that is meant for development partnerships and what. But there is much more money that is going to be involved, money that is going to be used to pay for the hostels they are going to be staying in, because they are renting them from one of the associations that has been managing them, associations of the genocide against two survivors. So apart from that money, also the Rwandan government says that they are doing it on humanitarian grounds, having been refugees in the past. They believe they owe the world support other migrants and refugees. But however, some others, if you see it very well, others say that it's being used by the government as a political tool. They are trying to do partnerships with the UK government. That partnership will help the Rwandan government to clear its image as one of the countries that is working together with the West to solve the migrant and asylum the asylum seekers problem that the West is facing currently.
Right. Now, you mentioned Rwanda's history when it comes to being refugees, but what is Rwanda's track record when it comes to hosting migrants and refugees?
Yes, currently Rwanda hosts around 130,000 refugees in different camps. Those are mainly from DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Burundi. But Rwanda also hosts refugees from Afghanistan, including those from an all-girls school that are staying around Kigali and are studying from here. Also, there are some other migrants who came in the past, who came from Israel, mostly comprised of Eritrean and Ethiopians. But most of them, they stayed here for a short period of time and they left. There are some I talked to recently who have relocated to Sudan because they said the life in Rwanda was unbearable. So I don't know how that will change for these migrants that are being brought in from the UK.
All right, Charles Ndushabandi speaking to us from Kigali. Many thanks for your time.
Thanks, you're welcome.